I remember 6 or 7 months ago, I had this idea to make a skateboard, but to be able to do that, I would have to be able to make keyframes, and to be able to make keyframes, I would have to have logic gates. This was during September, and I wasn't able to make it at this time, but time passed to today. We now have a test server where we have logic gates, we're able to input decimal inputs, and not only that, we can finally apply mathematics into Buildable for Treasure, which is W for me. Aside from the app, let's get into it. So ew, what the fuck is that? First things first, let's analyze what we have to do. What we have to do is make a skateboard, make legs that are able to interact with the board, and at least be able to perform at least one ollie. And I think everything else from there should be self-explanatory. Alright, let's start off by making the board. Alright, first approach. I tried making this like a real skateboard where if you were to lean to the side, then the wheels would turn also to the side, but there was some issues with this. Due to Roblox physics being bad, it doesn't really turn at all. I think I might have to redo it, but you know, take a different approach to this. I might have to cheat using a wheel. That's actually pretty smooth. Yeah, I think I can check this off the list now. Make legs that interact with the board. How to make something that stands on the board? Better yet, pops, shoves, and interacts with the board entirely. Well, we can take a look at Skate 3 and a lot of other skate games. When we look at a person in Skate 3, we can see that the main focus is a skateboard, and the player model is just there as if it's just an animation. In real life, it's the complete opposite. The skateboard and the man is two different objects, and we can completely tell it's separate. So let's take the approach of doing it as if it's Skate 3. Alright, so this is it with the legs on as if it's like Skate 3. Skateboard is attached to the body, but it's distanced by using springs and a whole lot of constraints. Let me make this transparent so you can see what's happening. As you can see, the legs and board is entirely separate, but it's still sort of connected so that it can do sort of motions. These motions include lifting up the leg or lifting up the back leg, but how would we make this ollie? Well, physics-based ollie. Well, we would have to animate it, of course, but how would we animate it? Well, let's go and do some professional analysis.
You already have enough force to do an ollie and to flatten it out. It's just how we go about doing it that's the hard
Yeah, I think
part.
I get it now. So this is a guy named Jake. You can see that when he goes off for the ollie, first the tail pops and he brings his leg up. He then uses his front foot to level while also using his back leg to gain more height, and then simply just sticking the landing. Yeah, I think I can do that. Don't I have a board here somewhere? Alright, so all I gotta do is just pop the tail and stick it. Wait, shit, does that count? Fuck. Yo, okay, so now that we have a somewhat basic understanding of how to ollie, let's try and recreate it in game. I'm gonna use a NOR latch to sort of make a cell for a keyframe. The first delay is the delay between when it should start, and the second delay is for how long it should last. Alright, so he squats down, gets ready to pop, and lifts up the leg. Theoretically, if I just lift up the front leg as if I'm hippie jumping, then the nose should lift up. Alright, now all I have to do is just bring up the front foot. Yo, it actually works well. Let me see if I can like level this out by bringing forward the front foot. Yo, it actually works so well. I'm gonna give it that fake steez, like how those people squat at the end. This is low-key satisfying. And it broke its leg. I think I can confidently check these two off the list now. Shuvit, kickflip, and 180s. Let's start off with the Shuvit. The Shuvit, it's gonna have to sort of pop in and scoop the tail like right here, while scooping in this direction. For the board, however, it's gonna have to sort of spin, and then the legs or something imitating the legs is gonna have to catch it. I honestly forgot to record the part where I make it, but you know, I could be lying and I'm just gatekeeping it on purpose, but here's my approach. So we have a ghost board and we have a physical board. I kind of took this approach directly towards Skate 3. There's going to be a board with animations, and then there's going to be a hovering human. The hovering human is just what interacts with the board as an animation. Let me show you what I mean. So when he does a shove it, the physical board, which is the invisible one, stays there and sort of makes this illusion as if it's making contact with the board. But the animated board is the one that makes the full movement. Same goes with the kickflip, except I actually have to make an animation where I kick, so it looks more logical. I think all that's left is just to make the model. I'm not going to animate a tray flip because that's way too difficult, so let's just make the model. That's nice. We got the red baker with the thunder trucks. And there we are. A very overcomplicated skating, and it broke. The skating mech is good and all, it's just that due to Roblox physics being terribly bad, the mech will sometimes levitate and float away on its own, or sometimes just glitch out of the map. This is technically the end of the video, but if you guys have any requests for builds, you can join my Discord. If you guys want help with tutoring, services, homework, or anything, you guys can also just DM me or email me. I have doubts that you guys would though, because, you know. Anyways, that is all. See y'all and bye.